Hi, I'm Lewis, and I'll be talking about the deliverance emergency drone. John, a lone hiker, is exploring a remote trail deep in the mountains. He falls down and breaks his leg. He's stranded alone and far away from civilization. He told his wife he'd be back home already, but he hasn't returned. Frantic, she calls the authorities, telling him he was supposed to be home several hours ago. This is where deliverance comes in. Rescue Services deploys our scout drones from their headquarters to the mountains to canvass the area for John. Within an hour, they find John using a suite of high-tech sensors. After the scout drones pass the grids, they send out our emergency response unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV. The UAV flies to John, picks him up using the latest medical stabilizing devices, and performs basic life-saving services on John during the flight back. John will live to see another hike thanks to Deliverance. Deliverance is a line of rescue UAVs designed to go to dangerous or remote areas. Our goal is to save lives through UAV technology. With this, I'll pass it off to Luke to talk about competitive advantage.
So with our company, we're kind of one of a kind to the industry, being that nobody has really addressed emergency response technology. So with that, we have some specific competitive advantages. A couple of those being brand recognition and switching costs. With our brand being recognized early by companies and nonprofits, we'll be able to get our foot in the door and really build that relationship over time. We also have a 2-drone fleet, and on top of that, we'll have our own in-house software maintained by our own crew, which will be able to be updated frequently. We'll be able to make our own price points and set the standard for our industry. With that, I pass it to Will.
So our target market would be large government agencies and nonprofit organizations. One of our key clients would likely be FEMA, the Salvation Army, and the Red Cross. And we also plan to, after establishing a base in the U.S., kind of mimic that market overseas in Europe and Asia. In terms of economics, the drone assessment fleet, we would price at $20,000 a unit and have that cost probably around $12,750, which produces a pretty significant profit margin of around 57%. Our larger, more advanced drone, we expect to sell for $1.5 million and cost $1.275 million, leaving a margin of 17.6%. So with that, I'll pass it off to Krista to talk about management.
Hi, I'm Krista. Our management team will be a mix of engineers, doctors, and business persons. We'll extend stock options and other incentives to recruit the best and the brightest in all the fields to make sure that our equipment is top of the line. We will focus on our development on ease of use and cost management so that we can increase our stakeholders' equity by strategically leveraging this new and innovative technology to improve and empower emergency disaster relief efforts. Our operations will be based out of California, just outside of Silicon Valley. We will have a large facility that will have various terrains and conditions to test the drones. They'll be able to practice on flood, fire, earthquake, or tornado damage, and of course, unique terrains. By having this available to our drones, we'll be able to continuously improve our equipment, test, and be sure that we are in accordance with the laws in various countries and areas. With that, I will hand it to Luke to provide information about our funding requirements.
So to reach our funding goal, we'll use Series A type funding to reach the $57 million that we were hoping to raise, with 45 of that going towards production. The other will go towards research development, scaling, and using other third-party companies to help us use analytics to our advantage. Moving forward, we hope that based off our profit and going public and having an IPO, we'll be able to use our company funds and move towards being successful and on our own and being our own sustainable company. Thank you for your time today. We're Deliverance Emergency Drone. Thank you.